everybody! So I'm back again for the next part of The Sandman and the Turtles by Michael Morpurgo. When we had left that story last, they had lit the lamp in the lighthouse and we were waiting to see what was going to happen, and Barry didn't believe what Michael and Polly had said, and everybody was saying that the lighthouse was lit up because the moon was coming across and making it look lit up. So Michael was going to tell Barry the truth, that it had all really happened, but he decided to change his mind. When I came down to breakfast, Barry wasn't looking at all happy. Polly was prattling on merrily. "Barry's got to go to the doctor to have his stitches out," she said. She knew how to upset him and niggle him. Uncle Rob wasn't happy either because he had to take Barry to the doctor's. "Full of sick people in there," he grumbled. After they'd gone, Polly took me straight down to the beach. She ran on ahead, leaving me as usual to carry everything: the milk churn, the bread for the Sandman, and our picnic. The sea that morning was a still blue pond that lapped listlessly against the rocks. There wasn't a whisper of wind. I scoured the sea for any sign of a sailing ship, but both sea and sky were quite empty, except for one motionless tanker on the horizon, and so was the beach. No Sandman, no turtles. "Where have they gone?" Polly cried. "And where's Sergy Thingy?" We sat silent and sad on the beach and waited and hoped. She turned to me, her eyes brimful of tears. He will come back, won't he?" she said. "Course he will," I said, "and so will Sergy Ivanovich Prokofiev. After all, we lit the light, didn't we?" I wasn't sure which of us I was trying to convince, Polly or myself. Anyway, I don't think either of us believed me anymore. It was then we spotted something coming out of the heat haze around the headland. Something low and long, like a fat floating cigar. We were both on our feet and running towards the water. "What is it?" cried Polly. "What is it?" "What do you think it might be?" "It's a submarine," I said, "and it's coming this way." As it came closer, we could see that there were dozens of men on the deck and up in the conning tower. The sun was glinting on their binoculars. They were pointing at us and shouting. We stood there and watched as the submarine glided in silently through the shallows and came to a grinding halt in the sand just a few feet away from us. There was more angry shouting, and then sailors were climbing down into the sea and wading up the beach towards us. Until that moment, I had never even thought of running. Now, suddenly when I did, it was too late. The first to reach us was a tall, bearded man in a blue uniform and a peaked cap. He frowned down at us for a moment and then saluted. "Good morning," he said. "I am Captain Sergy Ivanovich Prokofiev." Polly was beaming at him. "We know," she said, "and you're Russian, aren't you?" The captain looked a little surprised. "Da, he said, and he went on in halting English. "My ship, she is not good. Her rudder is, how you say, kaput?" "Busted," said Polly. "Your rudder is busted." "Busted," said Sergy Ivanovich Prokofiev, and as he smiled through his black beard, I noticed that his eyebrows met in the middle. "My sailors, they will make her better, and soon we shall be gone again." He looked around him at the rocks. We were lucky, very lucky," he said. "All night we cannot steer my ship. Then we see this strange light, and the rudder she take us straight towards it, and we can do nothing. And then in the morning we see rocks ahead, and I think my ship, she will soon be, how you say it, busted. But the rudder, she had her own ideas, and she changed course, and we find this nice sandy beach to land on, and two nice children to welcome us. My rudder, she may be busted, but she's a pretty all right rudder just the same. My engineers, they make it better. 1 hour, they say, maybe 2. "You want a cup of tea?" said Polly. It was more a command than an invitation. We got to the house and we got Welsh cakes too, haven't we, Mikey? You like Welsh cakes, don't you? It was all going to happen just like Dadsy said. She was going to make it happen. She went right up to the Russian captain and took his hand. There were sailors all around us now, dozens of them. They can come too, Polly said. I want you to meet Dadsy and Mum and Dad and Barry too. He's my brother. I especially want you to meet Barry, because he never believed you'd come, see? I have to say I was looking forward to that too. All the way back along the cliff path, I tried to swallow the giggle in my throat. The Russian sailors trooped along beside us, laughing and joking. Well, I think they were joking, but of course I couldn't understand a word they were saying. Then they all started trying out their English on us. One of them came alongside me and ruffled my hair. All he could say was, Liverpool, good, eh? Tottenham Hotspur, good? I tried to tell him I didn't like football much, but I don't think he understood me. So I tried the only Russian words I'd picked up. Da, da, I said. Vodka, vodka. And I had 40 Russian sailors cheering and laughing lustily as we came into the farmyard. Auntie Ellery must have heard us coming. She came running out of the house, her hands white with flour. Dadsy put his head out of the bathroom window. Half his face was covered with shaving foam. Mum, said Polly, this is Captain Sergei Ivanovich Thingy. Prokofiev, I said. It's him, Dadsy, she went on. Honest it is. She turned to the Russian captain. You are, aren't you? The captain saluted and smiled. Da, da, Captain Sergei Ivanovich Prokofiev, he said. And these are my men. My ship, she is busted. What? Said Auntie Ellery, who had turned about as white as her flour. Busted, said the Russian captain, but soon she will be all right and all better again. I could see Dadsy wiping the soap off his face, and then he shook his head very slowly. Jumping Josephine, he said, and that was all he said. They've come for tea, said Polly. I said they could. There we are then, said Auntie Ellery, more her old self now as she shook the captain's hand. You're all of you very welcome. I'll bring out the tea just as soon as I've boiled a kettle. Give us a hand, Polly, will you? Where's Barry, Mum? She said as she followed Auntie Ellery indoors. Still at the doctor's with Da, said Auntie Ellery. He'll be back soon. I hope so, said Polly. And so do I. Why do you think Polly and Michael were so keen for Barry to be back soon? Write your ideas down below. What do you think is going to happen next? Are they going to fix the submarine? Is Captain Ivanovich going to go to Captain Sergei Ivanovich Prokofiev going to go to the lighthouse? What about the Sandman and the turtles? Where have they gone? Put all your ideas and your thoughts down below. You've got a whole weekend to think about it. Have a lovely weekend. Stay safe. Be good. Be kind. Bye.